Wow.
Oh God.
All right.
Again. Oh God, I'm glad I have a mask on. I would have died.
Well, hello, guys. Hello. We are 100% live
Oh my God.
today. We are 100% live today. If you were seeing the behind the scenes here, you would have heard some of the foolishness that we have and that we do. Of course, you'll be able to revisit this because it is recorded, so you'll be able to see it again. But welcome to Talk. Wait. The dish with Dallas, okay? Thank you.
The
right.
dish.
I was going to say, talk the dish with Dallas. So we got a good meal that we got ready to serve you guys today. So we get ready to serve it up here. We're here at Private Label Extensions. And today I have a wonderful person who's sitting beside me. I know you guys see this beautiful person. Most of you who have seen me on any one of the platforms, you always see that I always have my Bonnie right here that always hang out with me. This chick, I'm so glad to have her a part of being here today and joining us to do the dish with Dallas. She is a celebrity hairstylist and a wig maker. You can follow her at her Instagram. It is Cherelle Renee Hair. The crowd, and that's what I need to get. I need to get
some claps.
Some claps.
Yeah.
I need to get that. And the applause. I need to get that. Wait, can you look at the screen and see if I spelled your name right? Because you know she got all them doggone R's, her mama.
Ease,
yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Because Marcus and I, we were sitting there and I was putting it together and I was like, I hope I got this right. So anyway,
yes.
Perfect. So welcome to Private Label Extensions.
Thank you.
Yeah. So today we're going to just have a little chat. It's professional hairstylist chatting. And so I'm not going to tell her business. I'm just going to ask a couple of questions for her. And then we're just going to get into it and talk about a few things as far as product-wise. So, Cherelle, where are you from?
Baltimore.
I
know he wanted me to say it that way. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore. It's funny because even though I was born in South Carolina, I still claim DC as home, and so we are like, that's our connection and things.
Yeah.
Yes. So how long have you been in here?
Let's see, I've been licensed officially for 13 years now.
Okay, for the 13.
Legally licensed for 13 years. And I've actually been in the industry completely for about 16, 17 years now.
Perfect. So she said license and then 16, 17. Because how many years is license? 13. Yeah, 13. And you also went through your educator program with Paul Mitchell.
Yes.
To be a teacher as well. So You've completed that. I mean, you've done some amazing things, but that's just not the only thing that you've done. You do celebrities, you make wigs, you do wigs for charitable events, you did wigs where we give back to the community. We did one a couple of years ago when we gave back for breast cancer, which this month is breast cancer awareness again. So, but it's so much that you...
Let me know.
Let you know ahead of time. Yeah, ahead of time. So, it's so many things that you do, but I need you guys to, if you have an opportunity, go to her Instagram and look at her resume of different things that she's done as far as her work that she does. It is incredible. Seeing her wig installation, it's almost like, okay, before they start doing machine wigs, because I've known this job for a minute. Okay, y'all. I'm still 29, but hold on. Anyway.
He has been 29 since I met him.
Okay. And that's been...
see how he cut me off? I was just
because she was getting ready to say some foolishness, because baby, on one of my Instagrams, she tried to come for me, and I told her I was Beyonce age. Don't try me. So anyway.
We all know her age. No shame.
No shame. But... I seen her work before all of the wig making where you're doing it on machines was so popular. I've seen the work, and I thought her wigs were made on a machine. That's how precise those stitchings are. I'm like, oh, okay, that's machine work. No, that's hand work. Yeah. I was a little jealous.
Craftsmanship.
Craftsmanship.
Yes.
And then of course I started getting my little techniques and watching her and getting those things. And now I couldn't do all of them like that because I just don't have that time. I just had the time in the world to sit there and do that. Right? I tried to watch a little cartoon. I tried to watch Finding Nemo or somebody and it wasn't working for me. But her wigs are so intricate, and the fact that even with some of the ones that you wore, because your signature color is your blonde and your orange.
I miss it. Yes. Oh God. Yes.
You're gonna get it back. You will. Exactly. You will. But the signature color was that, and I used to think that it was actually your hair. Now, when you can fool another hairstylist, you can make a wig. Okay, you can make a wig, but wig making is not your only thing. You are a formidable hairstylist as far as colorist, cutting, precision cuts.
Just as precise as my wigs are. I'm a little OCD. Like what they say, OCPD. When you're a perfectionist, and it's like I literally everything has to be perfect, like everything, and I mean. The industry we're in it is a craftsmanship. So everything we do, there's a process behind everything. So I don't believe in just catching up to the new world of everything being microwave and express. Right now, everything has to be done fast, done cheap, lazy, and convenient. I'm still the one that takes my time to put the detail in everything. It's about detail.
Right.
And when it comes to wig making, this is a customizable service, a personalized service. So with that being said, you're making this specifically for that individual. So you want to make sure that you're customizing this for that person's satisfaction, not for everyone. So you really want to take the time to really be precise and be very detailed in what you do. And this is also a unit that's going to last you some years. So there is no, wait, can I get half-ass? There's no half.
Yeah, you can say that.
There's no half-assing when it comes to the wigs.
Right, be you. We on the show. Be you.
So there's no half-assing when it comes to the wigs. You really want to take your time and do it right, because that is something that you're guaranteeing someone that they can use without you. You're asking me to reconstruct something that took you your whole life to grow, mess up, and grow back again. But put it in your head, but without the use of me anymore. You don't need me every day as much as you need to. So you want to make sure that you're putting the extra effort into that and energy. Like you don't want to just sit there and just run through it and then just sell it and make some money. It's really about the craftsmanship, and I think that's where a lot of clients will rather come to me because they believe in the quality. I'm really big on quality.
Well, that was my piece I was going to add to it, is that it's really the quality of it, because there are a lot of people who can make a wig in no time. I mean, can sit down and again watch their cartoon and do that,
right?
and but will it last them and be able to pick that wig up and put it on today, tomorrow, change it, shift it, shift the parting, whatever the case may be, and it still looks like an amazing wig, whether you did an amazing haircut on it, but you can still shift it and still wear that look, And
let's not get it twisted. Even though I say I hand sew all of mine, that doesn't mean I'm out here taking 9-10 hours. I can bust that wig out in a couple hours.
Yes, she can.
Just as fast as a daggone machine wig.
Yes, she can.
It's the craftsmanship behind hand sewing every piece, every row, and making sure that it's literally, like, I'm gonna be honest, the main thing that I like about sewing the wigs versus the machine is that to start a wig to sew, you put you have the cap on the head. It's already in the shape of a head. So as you're sewing each row, it's literally forming and falling in place of exactly how it's going to fall on the head, versus taking a cap, running it through a machine, take it out, put it on the head. Now you realize you got to probably take that row out, start over, do this, do that. It's a lot for me. I like to see my form and see the frame of my picture and watch it literally fall in place as I complete it.
Customize it.
Customize it.
It's customize it. Because again, there's that cookie cutter, and there's some machine makers that are great. They're great. Don't get me wrong. There's some great ones that are out there, but I love the fact that it is very personalized, because you've had that opportunity to talk with your guests, see her head, work through it. I like that kind of personal touch, and being both that we are Paul Mitchell,
yes,
and have had Paul Mitchell blood run through us. That kind of goes hand in hand, you know, being able to have that personal relationship with your customer, with your client, and being able to give them exactly what they need. And you always deliver. You always deliver. Guys, I'm going to open up and ask if you want to have any questions for Cherelle, because, you know, and we're going to continue with more things in the show today. But, you know, I want you guys to interact and ask questions, because here is the time to grab her head and say, let me get in it, dump out everything on the table, and figure out what are some of the great things that you would need to know. I'm gonna give you one thing that I picked up from you, which was the 2 rows up under on the inside. Now everybody's doing it now.
Oh yeah,
everybody's doing it now. But back then, I was sewing the wigs, and when I would sew my wigs, I would never consider that. I just would make sure that my weft was so far down to where the cap began that she wouldn't have to have that challenge. So I almost took the weft and almost put it directly at the edge of the cap.
But then you would still slightly see
it was
the weft that time.
Just a little bit that you could see, right? And so I learned from you how to turn the cap over and sew my 2 rows there, flip the cap back over, and then sew on top of that. So whatever she lifts up, it never, you know, the hair of the cap is never seen. And it was like, wow.
The difference that it made.
Oh, it was like
and it actually
light
makes
bulb.
a difference in the fitting.
It does. It makes a difference in the fitting. And I was just like, oh my gosh. So I got that. So here's the opportunity for you guys to just open up. I'll keep checking it to see what your questions will be. And then I'll, you know, post your questions that you have up here. But again, we have the wonderful, the amazing dope deal. Come on.
And what he means by that is I started doing that because when I first started making the wigs, yeah, they were good and everything, but it was some women that still wanted to be able to pull the wig back. So basically, we're using the wigs to replace the sewings. So you still want to be able to pull it back without leaving a bunch of your edges and your perimeter out. So that's basically where I got the idea from. So I would sew 2 rows on the inside of the cap, so that when the client would pull the hair back, it would lay flush up against her head, nice and flat. But then you don't see any weft. It literally looked exactly how you would just pull your weave up, your sewing up into a ponytail, whether it's up, behind your ear, but it was just that natural look. I mean, the whole purpose of this is you get in the wig. Yes, it's a wig, but you want it to look as natural as possible.
Right.
So whether it was a U part or a full wig with a closure or a frontal, I would still customize that to give her that full look where she didn't have to leave her edges out. Because with me, my new growth, my hair when he don't touch my color up.
She had to put that in there.
When he doesn't touch my color up, you know, I would have that new growth, and, you know, I'm like, oh my God, it's not blending in with my wigs. So then that idea that I had of putting those 2 rows, just 2 rows underneath, would allow me to do that without leaving a whole bunch of my edges out. Now, you know, you got long sideburns like any little Shanti sideburns, you may have to do that a little bit.
Please say Shanti sideburns. I'm done.
But it's okay. But it's just all in the customization of the wig. But that's where the idea, that if people were wondering what he meant by the 2 rows being sewed underneath the wig, that's the purpose of it, is to give you that natural look and versatility to be able to pull the wig up and around without leaving your edges out.
Yeah. And it was just an eye opener for me, and it worked so much better for me than me. You know, my hands are huge, and I mean, it's just really, I know it sounds kind of weird saying your hands huge, but having that little bitty needle, and then I'm heavy handed also, and trying to put that weft up under there and trying to hold it, it just, you know, made a whole big difference for my wig making at that point. And, you know, am I a wig maker? Yes, I am. But am I a wig maker? Is that my first thing I do? No, that's not my first thing I do, because the first thing I do is, everybody know, I'm a round brusher. I like to do finishing. I like to do round brushing. I love to do everybody blonde and color them. I love that. And then, you know, I have so many other things that I do with up under the umbrella of that. But am I able to still do wigs? Absolutely. I'm able to still do wigs. So that made it so much more comfortable for me. But enough about that. one of the things it says, do you have a site?
Yes, Cherelle renamed that.
So question was, hold on. It says, do you have a site? That is Trishawn. I think I'm saying it right. Trishawn Shantae. Trishawn Shantae.
I knew she was about to do that.
Baby, Shantae. Okay, you knew I was going to do that. I was like, wait, hold on. Is that right there? So let me type this in right quick so you guys can have it. So what is that site?
CHE.
Oh, Jesus.
RELLE
.net.
Take one of them ends out and replace it with an E.
Oh, see?
And it is going to be updated soon, so I'm going to be adding a lot to there. I'll be adding the store of all the products, because just an idea of for any hairstylists that are watching, everything that I use or recommend to my clients, I sell. Because the only way for your clients to keep up what you give them is to supply them with the proper tools, products, and remedies at home to use. So, hello. Tell them.
Hey.
No, for real, because a lot of stylists kind of get intimidated with retail and they look at it as a dollar. And it's really not about making money. It's really making sure. It's like, how can you give someone something that they can't keep up themselves?
Right.
So the only way is literally, I teach my clients everything. Everyone feels like they're in cosmetology school when they come to me.
And rightfully so. And rightfully so. And that was, again, another thing about the Paul Mitchell brand. Being from the Paul Mitchell family is that we, even when you're doing your guest head, you know, if I pick up a product, after I use it on her, I go, can you hold this, please? And I put it in her hand. And when I put it in her hand, she's going to start reading.
She's going to be like,
let me look at the ingredients. Let me look what's going on. And I'm telling her at that point, this is how I'm using it. Why?
I really read the sentence.
Didn't you read the sanitizer? But I'm telling her, you know, how I'm using it, why I'm using it, when to use it. I'm hitting the when, the hows, and the whys, so that she can be educated. Because the one thing, and I talked about this before, the one thing I hate is you have a client, you do her, and she looks amazing when she walks out of the salon. You see her at the grocery store 2 days later, and she looks like boom.
Or she's stepping into the local beauty supply store to get
I almost threw up.
And the main thing is there's nothing wrong with all local beauty stores. Now, the key to it is you want to make sure that they're getting legitimate products. A lot of stores are not legally authorized to sell some of these professional grade products. Now, unlike Paul Mitchell, we have a hotline we can call if we ever see products sold anywhere without an authorization sign. Okay.
And there's a couple other
places. And that's why I stand by Paul Mitchell,
right,
because they guarantee the authorization and of their product. Like, you know that you're getting it right. Some stores are not authorized. So key to it that I tell all my clients, always go to the manufacturer's website. There's always a where to buy or, you know, authorized retailer section where they'll tell you where to buy.
Always.
Because these department stores and pharmacies that y'all are getting hair products from, you know, that, I'm sorry, like, I wouldn't think to go to a pharmacy to purchase hair products. But some people do. Let's make sure that the products are legit, because most of the time they end up being expired, diluted, or it's not the real product. And one key that I say that I tell all my clients is, if we professionals have to have a license to purchase some of these products, how are they able to sell it to y'all in the public department stores? We have to literally show not just a license, a valid license, current license to purchase.
Not expired.
Right. So how are they able to sell it to the public in a local store? So you really want to make sure that there's been plenty of clients that, I got that. And then I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Or they're like, I got the same product, but it doesn't work for me. Well, how if I use it on you every 2 weeks, but you got it at home and it's not working? Well, the only difference is the place that we purchased it from.
Right.
So you really want to be careful where you're purchasing some of these products. So always go to the manufacturer's website. I don't care what product, even down to, Shea Moisture, all of that. Go to their website and find out where to purchase and make sure, because if it's not on that list, that may not be the right product that you're getting. And then, you know, we got to be careful nowadays. A lot of people have allergies. There are a lot of things that are being put into these.
It's where you can guarantee it. That's guarantee it. The thing is that when a manufacturer can guarantee it.
Look how serious we are about food now.
Yeah.
And where we get our food from. And things being processed and things being organic and natural. So we got to be very careful with that. Our hair functions exactly like our body because it's not a part of the body, but it grows from the body.
It
so
does.
You want to make sure that you're taking just as much concern in your hair as your body.
So good. And I was going to say good information. So here are a couple of things that I want to ask. And I started to ask you, did you want some of that? See, I'm a rude guest. I should have asked her, did she want something to drink? If she wanted some water?
I mean, I would prefer some water, but I got the rest of my little ginger ale.
I should have asked her that right there, but I didn't, But see, trying to be shady and see what happens. But anyhow, got a hole in her mouth and it started running down. What's that, Marcus? If you can grab some water, if you can, please, like a cup of water, stuff like that, which would be great. Thank you. So the one thing I want to ask you now is that, and that's so good that you shared the information, which is amazing, awesome. And of course, I know you use private label extensions, use hair, and I love that you use a lot of hair products, hair extensions. For private label extensions, what are one of the faves that you have that you use in the past?
Private label,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be honest, is the raw Indian. I love raw Indian. I mean, it's the purest. It's the most authentic hair you can get. Now, when I first started with private label, I started using their Vietnamese hair.
My favorite, but
the Vietnamese hair. That's actually how I got put onto private label. I started using the Vietnamese. It was the closest thing to raw Indian, and I fell in love with it. Then I started exploring with other textures that they had, and the raw Indian, I like that one just because when it came to the curly and wavier, when you wanted a little bit tighter curl pattern, that's when I started kind of falling into the Indian. Which one is this? It's Vietnamese.
That's Indian. I'm in the raw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So I had the wavy, and then I had the curly also. The reason why I had it is because I had to go do it as a show for a segment.
I love the curly because it doesn't give you the coily curl.
Right.
It gives you that natural curl pattern, but without the extra. I know some of us love the natural curl, but I'm gonna be very honest. The curlier, the more maintenance. Let's just be honest. I mean, that's the key to it. A lot of clients, what's the difference between this one? The tighter the curl pattern, the more maintenance it is. And a lot of us, the everyday woman ain't got that much time to be fooling around with all of that. But I love this one because it doesn't give you too tight of a curl pattern where you can't maintenance it and maintain it yourself. But it's like naturally thick, not like a lot of bundles thick. You don't have to worry about getting 5, 6, 8 bundles in your head just to get a natural fullness. I'm all covering my face, but it's okay because this hair looks beautiful.
It's fabulous. It's fabulous, baby. But what you have not tried, I don't know if you have or if you haven't, but we do have the
It feels so good.
I know, the Brazilian raw now.
No, I haven't tried the Brazilian raw.
Wait, when you try that,
what's the Brazilian raw?
You're gonna flip out. Because it gives you a feel of the Brazilian, which is our number one seller. It gives you the feel of that, but it's just, we call it Brazilian raw.
Okay.
When I've lightened it before, and we did a test on it earlier, you can get a 613 first time.
What volume?
20 and 30.
20. I was about to say that. I love it. Because I know a lot of people are quick to
run the fort.
They trying to move so fast.
We talked about that.
Trying to rush through the daggone color. The key to color is patience, and that's patience with the stylist and patience with the clients. You never rush color.
No.
So a lot of people go straight to the highest volume developer, especially because it's just extensions. Treat your extensions like you would treat your real hair. Honestly, I don't care what products it is. Ain't no swab or nothing. You use the same.
She calling names. She like, they don't lie.
But no, I'm so serious. Like, you want to treat, that's the only way you can keep up. I mean, if it's raw hair, it's just as raw as your hair. The only difference is that there's no live follicle. That's it. So you want to make sure you're using the same, same professional product. You treat it like treat your extensions how you treat your real hair.
Right.
I wouldn't dare go buy no 50 volume developer just to rush it from brown to blonde. Right. It's all about your procedure. There's a process to everything.
It is. And that's why you see so many women out there.
You said 20 volume.
Right. And that's why you see so many women out there with those orange and like fuzzy fried bottoms of the hair, and I promise you I can call out, and not to be shady, but I'm saying is that I can call out so many people that I flip through, and I follow a whole lot of hairstyles. I flip through and I go, you didn't take your time doing that lightener. You know, I flip through and I go, you didn't take your time doing that lightener. Because if you took your time through it,
it'd be evenly distributed.
It would be beautiful. It would look like a healthy, it looks dry and crispy and fried.
And it wouldn't affect the curl pattern, because that's the key to us getting the wavy and the curly different patterns. You're getting it for a reason. Yeah. You don't want to get it for you to put color on it and then over process it, and now you went from curly to straight. And
I'm talking about not just straight, like bone straight.
like ain't no curl.
Right, like bone straight. There is no curl pattern. There is no life at that point in time. But again, that's a good conversation that we have. Now, here, let's just segue into this. And guys, again, you're open for questions. You're open for questions, and someone just said on here, I surely agree. Okay, boom. I know Trishawn, Shantae, baby. Yeah, I had to laugh because that's what every time I see you pop up now, I'm gonna go Trishawn, Shantae. Okay, I'm gonna say that every time. But with that being said, I'm gonna keep her site up where you can actually see her. You can actually, if you are a hairstylist or if you're not, you're a consumer and you want to get your wig done, that's how you can reach out to her. You can get on her
classes,
books, right? You can get classes, you can
soon.
get everything on there.
I'm so that's sorry, really cool. I've been kind of slacking, just busy, just in the workflow. And sometimes us hairstylists, we do that. You know, I just get so caught up in just literally flowing with the clients throughout the day, and I have pictures, but just trying to take the time to put stuff together. I know. This whole social media thing, media content is like a whole other job.
That's why you need a little bit of small person on the side to do that, because yeah. And
I need to find my mark.
You need to find your mark.
So yes, if anybody just want to sit down and get paid to be on Instagram and put my pictures together, please. I'm so serious. I said, where are these millennials that want to sit on Instagram all day and put pictures together and post? Because I got 3 years worth of stuff that's never been seen.
Oof.
Like, I'm so serious. I'm amazing content. I done had people look through it and say, you could have been viral. You could have got so much done. And I'm like, I'm busy managing a salon. When you're everything from CEO to the janitor, you get pretty busy. So if anybody wants to help out with some media content, listen.
Look, somebody talking about somebody yeah, I do.
I'm so serious. Go to that website. Send me an email. Instagram is on there. So I'm so serious.
Y'all are so funny. No, somebody just asked me, is this really live? Yes, we are really live. Okay, we are really live. And trust you me, we are toned down for you guys a little bit. A lot. A lot. Because I promise you, Bonnie and Clyde, this is
the real Bonnie.
Oh, the real Bonnie and Clyde. We have been through, and we have done some shows, some events, some clients,
we both literally do so much. Like, a lot of people will actually, and I'll the disclaimer, I don't only do wigs. I literally do everything. Just like Dallas does not only do wigs and round brushing. It's so much underneath our belts that we do. So sometimes people kind of put us in the box of wigs and round brushing. I do literally everything but braids. Everything. And then
that's the same thing. I do everything but braids.
That's how we became educators. We mastered all of the skills in our industry. It was like, well, shoot, we know how to do it now. We know how to do it now.
That's the real. That's the live. It just happened right there.
I was like, we mastered it. So shoot, let's teach it now. You know, like, what better way to share everything that we've been blessed and gifted with? Like, I'm an open book. I will literally give you everything there is. Like, sometimes I give too much, but I will literally give you everything. So if you ever have any questions, exactly what I tell my clients, never be intimidated to ask me. Like, I will give you anything.
Well, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Now, since we are talking about anything and everything, let's go to now we were talking about you being a wig maker, right?
Okay.
So being that wig maker, hold on one second, and I like to make sure that we stay on task.
Yes.
But being a wig maker, as private label extensions, we have even evolved into and have evolved into from bundles. Bundles are still a great seller, but wigs are becoming a huge seller at this point because you're getting the full lace, you're getting the closure wigs, frontal wigs, and so it's taking a lot of the work out of customizing it and making it a little bit more of, a little easier on the hairstylist, as in, I don't have to sit here and sew that 2-hour wig. I can actually purchase a wig that's a frontal or a closure. And then the technique behind that is you are now plucking it, or you're customizing the look for it, where you color the look for it. That's all great and wonderful as well. Tell me what your thoughts are as far as the difference between the two, being able to doing the full lace and closure, or based off of you doing I'm going to sew my own myself, instead of you just purchasing that full on wig.
Full lace wig. With the full lace wig, I like them. They can be a little bit more convenient depending on what the client actually wants. But like I said, it's a personalized industry. Like, this is a personalized service, customized service. So technically it's pre-made. It's already machine made. So even you can still customize that, but you can't go back and fix what you did. You're actually going back over what a machine and a manufacturer did, which makes it a little harder to customize it, because then you're cutting into lace and you're cutting, or you may have to sew, if you don't have the right measurements, what honestly most women don't. They just go buy a full lace wig. Oh, I want to color it, so I'm gonna get 613 this length and just buy it, not making sure it's the right fit. I've had more difficult times customizing a full lace wig versus a bundles in a wig. I mean, bundles in a closure or bundles in a frontal. So I actually prefer the bundle because I am able to literally control and make it a perfect fit versus a full lace wig. But I mean, honestly, it really depends on what that client wants. That's why the wig industry is very broad. And I understand that, everybody has their different routes and different methods, but we just really got to understand how customizable this service is. So a lot really goes into giving this the perfect fit for that client, that individual, because everybody's looking for something different. It may be the same look, but that client may work out and do hot yoga 3 days a week and sweat in her scalp. So she may not be able to get a full lace wig where she needs adhesive and tape and whatever else that it is, or she may be the woman on the go. She may not have the time to sit there and do all of that in the morning. She may literally need something, which is most women are the everyday woman, and they really want to just put on and go. So to get that custom perfect fit for that individual, a lot goes in behind that. I do like the full lace wigs though. I've used them, but it really depends on what my client wants. And I literally have an entire wig form. And I know, some people don't like paperwork anymore, but I'm going to be honest. Everything you spend your money on is an investment. So this 2020, we ain't got time to be wasting no money. So I'm going to be honest. You won't have to fill out that form and have this consultation so that we can make sure we're giving you the right service and the right product that you want. And every wig that I make, whether you supply the hair or not, because I actually do make wigs if you supply the hair. Every wig does come with a consultation, a fitting and alteration, and a kit. Meaning I'm giving you a full kit of a mannequin head, the table stand to supply, to sit your wig head on and be able to tie your hair up. I'm not about to have you pay all this money for a wig and you go throw her in the back of your closet because you ain't got her on real quick. You're going to have the proper tools to keep up that wig. You get the nice
private label bonnet and silk bonnets.
And the garment bags.
And the garment bags.
The silk garment bags. They actually have, I wish I should have brought them. Because I got mine with my logo on. It's about branding. But yes, silk garment bag. Help it keep it from getting dry. But a stylist, you can get these customized too. Put your logo and everything on them. But it's the material that really helps keep them up. So it's not just to store it away, but it keeps it from getting dry. It keeps it from getting all tangled up. So I literally have a client who I actually got to get some hair for today because this is about her 6th wig she's getting from me. And she literally has her wigs in rotation. And she tells me, she's like, girl, I take that thing off. I hang it on the banister. Stop hanging it on the banister. Comb, detangle it, put her in your bag, and hang that on the banister if you have to. Right. You know what I'm saying? That way, when she comes and brings it to me, all I'm doing is just cleaning, drying, and restyling of however she wants it. She got them wigs on rotation, huh?
Right. And then you have...
She comes in, she drops one wig off and gets one wig installed. She don't play.
And then we have...
oh, my God. And then you put the hat on with it.
Can you see the logo back there?
Yes, they can see.
They can see the logo?
Yes.
Let's cover my eyes.
So these are the large silk bonnets, and that's for you or the wig.
Okay, that's for you or the wig, or when you go to bed, you know, however you want to do it. I had to do it with the hat on. I did.
With the hat on.
With the hat on. But that is, you know, again, giving them all the proper tools that they need to have a great wig, and for them to have their wig to have longevity. Okay.
Yes. And that's the key to it. You don't,
right. That's the key.
You get in the wig, but you don't want to wait. You don't want to waste your money. And nothing should be a waste right now.
Right.
Right. Look at this pandemic that just happened. We ain't got time to waste on anything.
Nothing. Not nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Okay. Nothing.
But for real, like, you want to take care of your product, take care of your investment, just like you would take care of your real hair. You want to take care of your wig. So that's where some of these tools come in and products come in to really keep up with everything.
Well, I'm glad that you actually gave us the understanding of the difference between making the wig and purchasing a wig that's already made, because that's some of the things that people don't get with it. Yeah. Would I want to be able to purchase a wig and do it that way, and it's easier for me and it takes away that time? Absolutely. But if there is a situation where it's not the exact fit, then it's a little bit harder for me to go in, slice, peel through, sew back, and reconstruct it for that particular part. So you have to know what you're doing if you're going to do that, guys.
Or honestly, when he say know what you're doing, you got to know how to reventilate a wig.
That's it, because you're reventilating.
Wigs are not sewn;
right.
They are
ventilated
with a tiny needle,
right? And
you're literally ventilating 2 to 5 strands, single strands of hair. If I could pull one out with these braids, come here, Marcus. But no, literally.
She said, "Come here, Marcus. Let me pull one out."
Literally single strands of hair that are knotted through these. So even with your closures and your frontals, that's how these are made. So that's why the other thing is you really got to know what you're doing with these and know how to handle them, because you're risking a lot if you do not know how to reventilate that.
If you don't know how to reventilate it,
buy a whole new unit.
And here you are purchasing a whole new unit on something that, you know, you were not. I always say education yes. is key. It's key. Daniel Coey is I think Daniel is in New York. He does ventilations, fire ventilations. Okay, I have to give you his information.
Yeah, because I follow somebody in the UK. He ain't even here.
Listen, you're gonna love Daniel. Daniel is amazing. And he's got a great energy. He'd be your other Bonnie and Clyde. So there it is. I'll show it to you on Instagram. But he was with us in the Beauty Biz show, and he was showing how the ventilations and just giving wonderful techniques. And if you don't know what you're doing, you're taking an investment that you bought a wig that was $239, and now you just destroyed it because you know what you're doing because it didn't fit. So you have to keep that in mind when you're thinking about it. And I love the honesty that you gave, sharing with that. Now, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you is, what are your thoughts about, your edges? What are your thoughts about edges? What do you think about that when people are having those wigs and they start?
He ain't licked the finger.
Wait.
What do you mean as far as that?
That dipping their head, and it's, and you.
The baby hair.
The baby hairs.
Oh God, we gotta talk about that.
I'm
sorry.
But wait, before you say that, let me just say this.
What do you want me to start with these baby hairs?
First of all, before you say that, guys, I'm not saying I don't like baby hairs, okay?
It just does not belong to every single style.
Everybody shouldn't have to have the baby hair.
Sorry.
Okay.
Every style is not required to have baby hair. I don't care if it's a half up, half down. We want to look like grown women, but we want baby hair on every style. And there's nothing wrong with it, but just the over swoop, the Crimea River ocean.
Stop! You stupid.
And the going this way. Like, I mean, my hairline even go a little this way and that way, but it's a lot. And I'm going to be honest, when it comes to the wigs, it gives the client more maintenance, to be honest. The whole purpose of these wigs and extensions is to be less maintenance than your real hair. So honestly, it's more maintenance. Not only does she have to worry about tacking this down and holding this wig down on her head,
which we do have edge scarves that you can use, right? Yeah. However,
no one, the average everyday woman does not have time. Most of them don't even know how to lay their real edges down. So to get a wig and try to choop all the way down to the sideburn and back here and everything, and I mean, shoot, most of us sweat. As soon as you bust a sweat, what's gonna happen?
Baby, down here, this Georgia sun, this heat down here.
It's a whole nother sun.
It's a whole nother
Georgia
sun.
has its own sun.
It has its own sun. Baby, when I saw one movie and it said the Georgia, the peach and the sun that had baked them peaches and had them like this, right? And I was like, oh, that's really how you really need to explain it, because it's a whole nother sun. I promise you, it is.
I'm sorry, it's really nothing wrong with the baby hair. I have nothing against it. It's just use it when necessary. When necessary. Have to use it all the time.
When necessary.
Like I'm gonna be honest, and I say that because as many wig orders as I get, at least 80% say, please do not swoop my wig. Please do not baby hair my wig. And that's where I kind of got comfortable with not doing it and not perfecting this baby hair look, because I realized the average woman, does not want.
You said woman.
She does not want all of that,
woman.
Going on. And then it takes a lot for her to keep that up. She's like, how do you swoop it like that?
But the honesty is that the real reality of it is, again, and this is why I asked, because I knew you was gonna give a raw response. The honesty of it is that it's not for everybody. Not saying that it's not something great. And I've seen some beautiful, beautiful baby hairs and edges laid down. But speak the facts. Facts are, yes, it is more upkeep, because of course you got to tie them down. You got to make sure that they're or whatever.
Right edge control.
You got to have the right edge control, which we do. But you got to have the right edge control, which is black and clear. You got to have the right edge control. Okay. You have to have the right edge scarf, which we do. And then being able to wash your face properly without touching it, and then getting in the car and making sure that your air is on and that this Georgia second sun don't, start
and I'm glad you
sweat
said that. And what that makes me think is another thing that I talk to my clients about when it comes to that, it's the confidence. You want to feel confident. I mean, most of us back in the day, you say a wig and you like that was offensive. Now people want wigs, but they don't want to feel. They want to feel confident in that. And a lot of times when you have to, even with your real hair, when you have to constantly go back and check your hair in the mirror and do all of that all the time, the person loses confidence. So you want to put this unit on and feel confident in it. You don't want to keep looking, making sure your lace is laid down just because you've been eating and you've been chewing and your temple been moving like this. And
if you don't get off this page with that foolishness right there, if you don't go ahead.
Now your sideburns is
if you don't go ahead, you talking about some eating and chewing and that.
Man, y'all see these news reporters? Their sideburns is lifted up, and
I have.
You see somebody chewing
and you've seen people zoom in, and you're seeing that. I get it. But again, it's just that's a really good point about saying having that confidence and making sure you have confidence. But we're not going to stay on that. I knew
that's the key
she was
to
going to be raw.
Yes,
it is
feeling confident in the wig. Like, because that's the whole purpose of us going for these wigs, is to replace the process of the sew-ins, the braids, tension, and stress on the scalp and stuff. So, if you're going to go for a wig, you want to feel confident in it. And that's some things that can kind of make the client or yourself not feel confident and comfortable wearing it, just from that simple hairline. I'm gonna just say hairline. I'm not gonna keep talking about the baby hair. Just the hairline, and that means however it's even tacked down. I mean, you got to be careful. I mean, that's.
Jewel. Hey, Jewel. What's up, baby? Jewel. I promise you I love Mr. Jewel. Jewel be like, hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? Okay, I'm telling you, Jewel is our Facebook room buddy. I love her to death. She has great energy and a wonderful young lady who is doing amazing things in the industry. A quick question or kind of like a quick direction I want to go to you guys again. Here is, we have Cherelle Renee who's here. This is her site that you can go to and you can visit with her site that's there. If you don't want to visit her site and you just want to know exactly what she is a celebrity hairstylist, wig maker. This is her Instagram. You can reach her Instagram that's right here and be able to ask her, just a billion questions. I am opening it to the floor with you guys and saying, hey, what are some questions that you want to know about technique that we can cover? We only have a few more minutes here, but what are some, technique questions that you want to have or ask Cherelle while you have her right here. And Cherelle, is there anything while we're waiting for the customers, we're waiting for the room to give, I know, right? While we're waiting for the room to give us some, I know, that's what it is, to give us some feedback and questions. Anything that you want to share with them as far as a little nugget of knowledge to help them in their business? Because we're growing business, and listen. We are, before you say that, we are doing everything we can, especially in these times, of trying to help, and raise up beautiful Black women, to help them start businesses. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's enough money for everybody to eat and eat well. Eat very well. So it's like, what are the nuggets that we need, especially in these times, to help us get our business even better, So think of it that way when you're sharing something.
Honestly, I think we kind of tapped into that part not too long ago, is really education. Educating yourself in the craft that you want, whether it's making wigs, doing a sew-in, color, round brushing, braiding, natural styles, whatever it is, just really putting that effort into educating yourself, not just in someone's technique, but the foundation of the craftsmanship. Whatever you're doing,
good work.
Learn the foundation of that, which I can actually vouch for. Me and Dallas classes both. No matter what class we teach, we always go back to the basics. If I teach you a wig class, I'm gonna be honest, we going back to head shape, facial features, all of that. We go into so much because a lot goes into that craftsmanship of that service. It's a process literally to everything, and there's a right and wrong way to everything. Now, some things can be done differently, but there's a right and wrong way, and there's a process to it all. So my thing is, you can go to these classes and learn these techniques, but always make sure that you're getting the foundation of that first, because that's really what's going to help you. And like we said earlier, that's how we became educators in this industry. We mastered literally every single thing we could do, every service in a salon, to then doing hair shows and fashion shows and celebrities and fashion week and going on set and just seeing. But if we did not have that foundation of those services and that the hair structure, we would not be able to advance to where we are. Because even just to be a hairstylist, just because you know how to curl some hair don't mean that you can go on set. Because one key to that, there's a difference between salon hair and set hair. And that means the process. Okay. So the way you will curl someone's hair on set to last just for a couple minutes to change that look into another look, that's completely different than you will curl someone in a salon who wants that thing to last for 2 weeks.
Right.
So learn the foundation of what you're doing first, and then you can go so much further than that. Because sometimes some of these classes that are out here is a lot of people really just teaching their technique that made them comfortable. And stop with always making the faces. But it is.
Because I know what you're saying, and I know exactly where it is. And I'm like,
but that's one thing Dallas will tell you. I'm gonna give you the raw and I'm gonna give you the real.
She is. She's gonna give you the raw.
Disclaimer if I can mention names and stuff or
not. No names.
I know today I can't. But it's just being honest, because I mean that's the only way for you to really succeed in that. You really want to get the proper education. Like, I know a lot of people get kind of caught up in the school environment, but I'm be honest, education is everything. That's the key to success. So learn what you need to learn. Just like we're putting all this effort into diets and exercise and taking care of our body and taking care of our bodies and everything, put that same effort into your craftsmanship. Put that same effort into the quality of your work. Like, the one thing one of my friends told me, she's a hairstylist, and it's always stuck with me. She told me this about 5 years ago. She said, Cherelle, what makes you stand out from every other stylist out here, I don't care how many followers they have, how big they are, what celebrities are doing. What makes you stand out is your organized customer service and your business structure. That makes a huge difference. Just having that structure and that foundation to back you up in your craftsmanship, you can succeed in anything that you want. You just got to have that good foundation. I'm going to be honest. Go back old school. What was we using before flat irons? I was a master. My wrist still hurt from them daggone Marcells.
With the Marcells?
And I'm going to be honest. When I get my press, I still get the Marcells done.
Let me have that down there. It's a book.
But, yeah, you want to have that foundation. Everything, all these trendy techniques and everything, it comes from somewhere. So learn where it came from first and then explore and go beyond that.
This stay with me all the time, baby. This stays with me all the time.
Since I've graduated cosmetology school, this is the 5th version of the Milady Theory book.
Since you graduated.
Since I graduated.
Right, it's the 5th version.
5th version.
I ain't gonna tell you what version it is of me.
My version, I had the one I had from school, and I had this one. Theory never changes. Only thing they're gonna do is add whatever, add more
to it.
This is everything. You learn your foundation and learn your education. I carry this. I ain't gonna lie. I pulled this book out on several clients. I don't play. I'm gonna be honest.
Now y'all see why we are.
You talking about chemical relaxation?
Okay.
Trying to play with me.
Right.
I said, well, in here, in chapter 23.
It's right there, here.
Look, I pull up I'm like that. I will pull up the chapter. I know everything like the back of my hand.
Let me pull it out. Let me talk to you about this. In 21, we're talking about color. Right. And in chapter 10, we're talking about
She tried to play with me about relaxers one time. I said, first of all, it's not even supposed to be applied to the scalp. She tried to play with me. It's not supposed to burn. I had to pull out some theory on her.
Okay. And we both.
I'll be honest, but I will say one of the things to that I like to tell a lot of my students though is if I would have known how much science was still incorporated in hair, not just in color and relaxers and chemical services. If I would have known how much science was really put behind the hair industry, I really would have paid attention to science.
Okay, because
I swear
science is there.
I never paid attention.
Mathematics is there. Sorry. It's like it's there.
I was like, when I got to school, I was like, I had to remember this pH scale. I had to remember what all these abbreviations were. I
understand what I have to know what these angles are. I have to know what these dimensions are. What is this?
Like, wait, I like math, but I had to pay attention to this word, to degrees and.
Had to pay attention.
Ain't no just holding hair up and cutting it.
No, and Jules says she's in school right now, and I commend you. Great job. I commend you. So without that, listen, me and this one, we can go all day. We got so much history together. We have so many different things that we've done in the industry. We can go all day. And someone said, I love you guys' energy. This, I promise you. Yeah, thank you. I promise you.
Do this more often.
Oh gosh, I really promise
do.
You. This energy
this
is my
zone.
It's every day. Every day. It doesn't change. We could not see each other for months, and it's like
how we were today. You would have, I haven't seen him in like.
You saw me. We went to eat the other day.
Besides the other day,
we went to get a burger. The other day.
That's because I called him. Besides the other day, when we went to go get a burger like 2 days ago, mind you, he did stick to his, he got his Impossible Burger. So let me put that out there because he is still on his healthy streak. So not his streak, his lifestyle.
Lifestyle that changed.
Before then, I have not seen him for literally probably almost about 5 months.
Yeah, but we had a pandemic. Okay,
it didn't matter. We both busy too, but
This
guess
child
what? You
said
see how we
it
link back?
did matter. We did.
And it
We
comes
did.
so natural.
We did. Jewel just said in the comments, she said, "I'm saying the science. I feel like I'm in chemistry again and geometry." Yes, you are.
There.
Stay there.
And all it's going to do is teach you more.
Stay there. Stay there.
I'm so
stay
serious.
there. Stay there, and it will help you.
And if you got to go back to school and go back to literally do geometry and chemistry, do that.
Yeah,
it's a reason that all of this. There's a reason you need a state certification for this industry. Let's be honest. There's a reason to do business. Now you can wake up and do hair if you want to, but to do business.
You see, I had to look away.
To do business legally in this industry, you need a state license. You need a state certification. When you're behind the chair doing someone's hair, when you're behind the chair, it's to do business. Do legal business. See, you see this raw energy I have with her. You see this raw energy I have with. Anyway, y'all, our time is out. I've had so much fun with you. Yes, I did. I mean, and it will not be 5 months unless we have another pandemic. I don't think we are. But it will not. I just started learning how to use Zoom and stuff like that. So yeah, you have to do that. You got to figure out how to do that. You have to do that. You have to do that. We did do our social distancing, which I know y'all see me keep leaning. Yeah, we have our separation that we have that's over here. Tested because we have to get tested twice a week. Because I mean, but and because we're in that industry, we have to make sure that we're completely safe. Because we are working with them, too, right? We are working with branding, right? Right. She got her label on that. But we again have had fun. Just having a little information where we're dropping nuggets for you guys. You guys will be able to come back and visit this on the Facebook. You can also be able to visit in the Facebook chat room and on YouTube, on the private label Facebook, and also on our Start a Business Facebook. You'll be able to revisit it there and just kind of rewatch it and see it again. Share it with people to let them know, because again, some great information was shared today. We thank you. We appreciate you. And that was the dish. We're out of here. Right. Yeah. And that was the dish. That was the dish. Y'all, baby, they got fed today. They ate well. They ate well. Goodbye. Bye.